Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Go So Beautiful. My name's Becky and today I have another episode of Friday Sews. Friday Sews was started by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room to create a community of sewists among all of us YouTubers and vloggers. So if you're looking for some great content about sewing, put Friday Sews in the search bar and you will find a wonderful community of sewists who Jen has thankfully gotten together. So today I want to share a pattern review of the shirt I made for my husband for the He June Made 22 challenge that was hosted by Adam from Adam Sews and Lisa from One Lisa Show. I made this shirt, and I'll put a picture of my husband wearing it because you can't see the whole thing here. He really liked it and got a lot of compliments on it. My husband loves to play the guitar and plays the guitar for our worship team at church, and this shirt I thought was perfect with this guitar print that's all over it. And this is a quilting cotton I got at Joann's. I did put a contrast collar on it using a fat quarter that I think I got from Walmart. It's a Waverly fat quarter. Now, before I tell you about the shirt, I want to tell you about the pattern I used was Simplicity S9157. It is a men's shirt that comes in sizes 44, US 44 to 52. And there may be another size band. It does look like it. No. Anyway, you can make it long sleeved or short sleeved, and I decided to make the short sleeve version with the contrast collar. As I said, I used a quilting cotton I got from Joann's. I pre-washed it. It felt pretty soft at the store, but now it feels a little bit scratchy to me. My husband doesn't complain about it. He really liked it. And the first thing I did was take his measurements, and the measurements on the pattern have chest, waist, and hip. So I also measured his neck just in case, but the collar he's leaving open, so it really doesn't matter. But his chest is 52, his waist is 62, and I did not measure his hips because his waist is bigger than his hips. He is a very big man, and according to the size chart, with a chest of 52 inches, I needed to make a size 52. And I also lengthened the shirt because he likes his shirts long so that they do cover his abdomen. The first thing I noticed when I opened the pattern, they always have, you know, guidelines. But in terms of, this is a multi-size pattern, and it has directions on how to use the multi-size pattern and how to measure, but it shows a woman. And I guess the same principles apply, but I thought since this is a man's pattern, they really should have measurements for a man. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. As I said, I decided to make a contrast collar, and I had bought this orange fabric as a fat quarter. Unfortunately, the collar piece that would not fit completely on the fat quarter, so I pieced in this little piece of the main fabric to make it fit, which looks fine. It actually looks like a design feature. A lot of people thought that was pretty cool. Now here's the thing This is a fairly easy pattern to sew. However, it is mismarked. The collar piece on here, you cut on the fold, as you can see, and it has these dots here, and it has a notch here. Well, when you cut the main shirt piece, you find, this is the front. There is on the collar, I'm sorry, that's not it. Okay, so right here there's a dot on the front piece, and that is like a medium-sized dot. And then on the back, you have a notch here and another dot here. So and this is a small dot. So in the instructions, it says that you need to match the notches. That was easy enough. But then it says that you need to match the small dots, which is here. And then it says you need to pin the collar facing side to neck edge, matching center back, placing small dots at shoulder seams, and front edge of collar at large dot. Well, the small dots, these small dots will not reach to the shoulder seam. These small dots only matched to these small dots. So you can't put them at the shoulder seams. There's not enough fabric. So anyway, I had to kind of figure out the front collar edge does go all the way to the large dot on the front piece of the pattern, but the other dot, there was no other dot to match to the shoulder seam, which kind of made it complicated because then you sew the facing on and you're supposed to match that to the shoulder seam. Anyway, it made things kind of complicated. So it's mismarked. The other thing was the markings on the sleeve the sleeve head were also mismarked. And this is not a set-in sleeve. It was you sew it in before you stitch up the side seam. But these dots did not exactly match the dots on the sleeve head. So, but that was an easy enough fix. I just kind of eased it in. So the pattern is good, but putting that collar on took me a while because the markings were wrong. So my suggestion, if you make this pattern, match the notches where they are, match the front edge of the collar to the circle on the front pattern piece, and then you need to ease in the collar to the side seam, shoulder seam, and that's where you clip it and you fold it under. That's probably about as clear as mud. Anyway, my husband got lots of compliments when he wore it, and he really liked the shirt. So I may make him another one, but I may remark the pattern. The other thing I worked on this week was a pair of shorts. I remade a pair of shorts. since I had such good luck with the Arden pants from Helen's Closet, I decided to take apart a pair of pants, shorts I had made, and cut them the same way as the Arden pants. And because they were a little bit too baggy before, they did have similar front patch pockets, but I did not take those off and redo them, so they are a little bit shallower. But here are the shorts. I did not put on a wide elastic band, but they do fit better. Not perfect, but better than they did. I'll put a picture of me wearing them. And they're just nice, lightweight shorts for this really, really hot weather here we're having here. The other thing I worked on was a t-shirt, and I had gotten this pattern back when Joann's had Butterick patterns on sale, and they're on sale again now. So if you like this, you might want to pick it up. This is B6690. It is a basic t-shirt. It says that it's modern fit with ready-to-wear sizing, and it's by Connie Crawford. So it's got raglan sleeves. Here are the line drawings. Raglan sleeves and a scoop neck. And I decided to use some of my inexpensive knit fabric to try this pattern out, because nowadays I don't know how things are going to fit. And this is what I made. I'll put a picture of me wearing it. I think it fits fairly well. It went together super fast. I made this up in like an hour. And the only thing I haven't done yet is the neckband. They have you cut a neckband on the bias and then stitch it to the top. I used my serger, but they have you stitch it on at 1/4 inch, and then they want you to fold the seam up and wrap the neckband over that and top stitch it. Well, I don't know if you can see, but it's a very, very narrow band, and I'm not sure if I like that. I kind of like the wider neckband, but I don't know if it will stay flat. So I may either top stitch it. I may still do the fold over business. I might try that and see how it works, but I think this is a good t-shirt. It might be a good TNT for me. Oops, that's the back. So because you can make it so quickly, I might just make up several of these. The question for our Friday Sews group today is, what is the hardest thing you've ever made? And I really had to think about that. I think probably the hardest thing I made was it was kind of a special dress for a Christmas party, and I made it out of this really pretty, kind of like a crepe fabric, red. It had a scoop neck, but it had a slit down the front, and the dress had to be lined, and I had the hardest time getting that slit to lay flat. It had an empire waist with princess seams in the bodice, scoop neck, and then it came down in the back, scooped in the back, and had a little bow in the back. And I don't have a picture of it, unfortunately, but getting that slit to lie flat in the front was really pretty complicated, because it kept wanting to, I don't know if the fabric just wouldn't lay right or what, but I of course had tried to make it at the last minute and ended up having my friend safety pin the bow to the back of my dress. Actually, I think she safety pinned, I didn't have time to put the snaps on. Anyway, that was probably the most complicated thing I've ever made. And I was pretty experienced at that point. I think I was just in a hurry. So anyway, that's it for me today. I hope you all had a wonderful 4th of July. My husband and I had a really relaxing time with friends and a swimming pool. And it's kind of been alternating between 100-degree heat and thunderstorms here for the last few days. But we need the rain. Please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you can see when I upload new videos. I'll be back next week with more sewing goodness, so I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Go Sew Beautiful. Bye-bye.